Hello students, this is grade 10 physics class, chapter 12, electricity. In last video class we have seen the direction of electric current, then how to get continuous flow of electric current. Then after that we have seen some symbols for electrical components. Am I right? Yes. In this session we are going to start with very important topic in the lesson of electricity. Actually we can say this is a basic concept for the entire electricity concept. Is it clear? Yes. So what is that, sir? You may ask me. What is that, sir? In order to start that, we must recall what are the things we have seen in previous video class. Is it clear? Yes. So what is that, sir? In previous video class, actually it's what we have seen. Yes, the direction of electric current. What is that? The direction of electric current. So what is the direction of electric current? You tell me. What is the direction of electric current? Electric current direction is, the conventional electric current direction is from positive terminal of the battery to a negative terminal of the battery. Okay, which means we can say from the positive terminal of the potential difference to the negative terminal of the potential difference. That is conventional electric current direction. But actually what is the direction of electrons? What is the direction of electrons? Electrons flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. But the current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. So why this much of controversy, sir? Why? What's happening there? You tell me. Why? Because so when current was invented, scientists thought that the only flow of proton is called current. What is that? Only flow of proton is called current. Who thought that? Scientists thought that. So in the development of the current invention. Is it clear? Because already we know the proton has positive charge. So scientists thought that an atom contains only one charge, that is proton, that has positive charge. That positive charge flow, which means movement, that is called current. Is it clear? Yes. But after many years, scientists proved not a flow of proton is called current. The flow of electron is called current. The electrons flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. What is that? Negative terminal to positive terminal. That is the reason why this much of controversy. So between the current flowing path, which means current flowing direction, and the electrons flowing direction. Is it clear? Yes, that's all. So, what is the conclusion? The electric current flows from a positive terminal to negative terminal, whereas the electron flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. Okay, an electron always flowing from negative terminal to positive terminal of the potential difference, which means voltage. Is it clear? But the electric current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. Is it clear? Yes, that's all. Then after that we have seen how to get continuous flow of electric current, isn't it? Yes. How to get continuous flow of electric current? To get the continuous flow of electric current, the potential difference to be maintained continuously. Because what causes current? Potential difference causes current. To get continuous flow of electric current, potential difference to be maintained continuously. If potential difference is zero, then current will not be there. Then current value will be zero. Is it clear? Yes. Then after that we have seen some important electrical component symbols that is devised by scientists. We have seen around 11 to 12 important component symbols we have seen in previous video class. Is it clear? Yes. So till now we have seen up to this. Okay, yes. Next we are going to start a very important topic in electricity lesson, that is Ohm's law. What is that? That is Ohm's law. Okay, yes. So next we are going to further proceed with our next topic, that is Ohm's law. Ohm's law is a very important fundamental topic in electricity lesson. All concept which is based on only Ohm's law. Is it clear? That is the reason why I am telling again and again, this is very important concept. Okay, so students, be careful and listen careful. Okay, yes. What is that? Ohm's law. What is that? Ohm's law. Is it clear? Yes. Look at here. So already we know what is electric current. What is electric current, sir? You tell me, what is electric current? Electric current means nothing but the amount of electric charges flowing through a particular area of a conductor in unit time. In unit time. That is called current. That is called current. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Per second, how much amount of electric charge? Here, what is electric charge? Electrons flowing through a particular area of a conductor. That is called current. Am I right or wrong? That is called current, or otherwise we can say the rate of flow of electrons is called current. Is it clear? Yes. So already we know what is this. This is current. Okay. What causes current? That is very big question. What causes current? Electric current. Yes, of course, that is potential difference. Of course, that is potential difference. So electric current is possible because of only potential difference, isn't it? Yes, obviously electric current is possible due to only potential difference. If potential difference is not there, current will not be there. If potential difference value is zero, potential, what is potential difference? Voltage. If voltage value is zero, then current value will be zero. Why, sir? Why? Because already we know what is potential difference. Potential difference is a kind of pressure which pushes the all electrons to flow in a particular direction. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Potential difference is a pressure, is a kind of pressure. Okay, so which makes which pushes the all electrons to flow in a particular direction. This flow of electrons is called electric current. Am I right? That is called electric current. So what causes current? Yes, potential difference causes current. If potential difference is not there, current will not be there. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Okay. I am going to start with the example. I am going to start with the example. You look at here. Okay. Yes. Listen here. Consider battery. Consider battery. That battery positive terminal is connected with one terminal of the electric bulb. What is that? Electric bulb. Yes. In series wise, ammeter is placed. Actually, that is connected. Yes. Then key is here. Then this is bulb. Then potential difference to be calculated of this bulb. So voltmeter is connected. What is it? Parallel to the bulb. This is a positive terminal. This is negative terminal. Okay. Yes. So this is positive terminal, negative terminal. What is this? This is battery. This is battery. Generally we say what is that? Potential difference. Okay, here the potential difference is applied by this battery. Okay, yes. So this is, it makes potential difference. The battery makes potential difference. Is it clear? Yes. Then what is this? This is switch. That is switch. Okay, so look at here. Next, further I am going to proceed with Ohm's law. To understand the concept of Ohm's law, you need this diagram. Actually, this is not a Ohm's law diagram. I am not telling like that. Look at here. This is an example. Okay, I am going to start with the example to understand the concept of Ohm's law. Is that clear? Yes. Consider here. Consider battery. It's a battery. Here, the positive terminal of the battery is connected with one end of the, actually, so one terminal of the bulb. What is this? This is electric bulb. Already you know very well. Electric bulb. Is it clear? Yes. Next one, another terminal of the electric bulb is connected with the positive terminal of the ammeter. What is this? This is ammeter. Is it clear? Yes. And negative terminal of the ammeter is connected with the key. Key is also one of the conductor. Okay, it's because inside the key there will be conducting materials, isn't it? Yes. So key also one of the conductor. Actually, this is open key. Yes. Then another one end of the key is connected with negative terminal of the battery. Negative terminal of the battery. Is that clear? Yes. Next, consider this is what is this? Voltmeter. This is voltmeter. This voltmeter is connected parallel. Note this point. Parallel to the electric bulb. Parallel to the electric bulb. Why, sir? Why the voltmeter is already we know always connected parallel to the some conductor, so where the potential difference to be calculated. Is it clear? Here the potential difference to be calculated across the two ends of this electric bulb. Note this point. Here potential difference to be calculated across the two terminals of the electric bulb. That is the reason why voltmeter is connected parallel to the electric bulb. Is it clear? Parallel to the electric bulb. Is it clear? Yes, already we know very well. The voltmeter is always connected parallel where the potential difference to be calculated. Here the potential difference to be calculated of this electric bulb. That is the reason why the voltmeter is always connected parallel to this electric bulb. But the ammeter is always connected in series wise. Is it clear? Yes. The voltmeter is used to measure the potential difference, right? Which means voltage across the two ends of this electric bulb. This is one end of the electric bulb and this is another end of the electric bulb. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Next one, this is ammeter. Ammeter which is used to measure the current. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Ammeter is a device which is used to measure the current value, how much amount of current which is flowing through the circuit. Through this circuit. Is it clear? Yes. So what is this battery work? What is this battery work? Battery only produces potential difference. Am I right? Battery only produces potential difference, which means voltage. Is that clear? Yes, that's all. Okay, yes. Note this point, when the switch is closed, what will happen? What will happen? Here, the potential difference, note this point, which means battery. The battery produces potential difference. The battery produces potential difference. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Look at here. This whole setup is connected by connecting wires. What is that? Connecting wires. It may be copper wire, aluminum wires, whatever it is. Okay. Here, I consider that is copper wire. That is copper wire. The whole setup is made up of connected by a conducting wire. That is copper. Is it clear? That is connecting wire, that is copper. Copper is one of the good conductor of electricity. Is it clear? Yes. Note this point. Come to this concept. When the switch is closed, what will happen? When the switch is closed, what will happen? This battery produces potential difference. Am I right or not? Yes. The battery produces potential difference. So positive terminal in positive terminal there will be high potential, and negative terminal there will be low potential. Is it clear? Yes. So when the switch is closed, due to this pressure, note this point, what pressure? Potential difference. Due to this potential difference, the electron starts flowing. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Electron starts flowing from negative terminal to positive terminal, but current flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Current flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Is it clear? Yes. Suppose you consider, first we apply 1 volt potential difference. Look at here. First we apply 1 volt potential difference. Am I right? 1 volt potential difference. Is it clear? Potential difference unit is volt. So we apply 1 volt potential difference across the two terminal of the bulb. So what will happen? Here bulb will start glowing. Am I right? Yes. The bulb will start glowing. Is it clear? Yes. So when the switch is closed, due to potential difference, electrons negative terminal to positive terminal. Is it clear? Negative terminal to positive terminal, but current flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Am I right? Yes. Here in the circuit, current is flowing. Am I right? In the circuit, current is flowing because of what? Because of this potential difference. Am I right? Because of this potential difference, current is flowing through the circuit. Am I right or wrong? Yes. So this current value will be recorded by this ammeter. So this may be 0.5 ampere. That current value may be, this is for an example, okay, maybe 0.5 ampere. For what potential difference? For 1 volt potential difference, the current value in the circuit may be 0.5 ampere. 0.5 ampere. Is it clear? Yes. Suppose if I increase the potential difference to 2 volt, if I increase this potential difference across across these two terminals of the electric bulb to 2 volt. What about the current value? What about the current value? The corresponding current value will be increase. Am I right or wrong? The corresponding current value will be increase. Why, sir? Why? When we change, which means when we increase the potential difference, current value increases. Why? Because on this point already we know potential difference is a kind of pressure. Am I right? Potential difference is a kind of pressure. So when we increase the potential difference, note this point, when we increase the potential difference, which means when we increase this kind of pressure, what will happen? This pressure pushes the electrons very fast. This potential, the kind of pressure, potential difference pushes the electrons very fast, due to which electrons will flow very fast. Am I right or wrong? Electrons will flow very fast along this conductor, isn't it? Yes. Already we know this flow of electron is called current. The flow of electrons is called current. So here whenever we increase the potential difference, the electrons moves very fast. So automatically current value will be more. The current value will be more, isn't it? Yes. So when we apply the 1 volt potential difference, the current value was 0.5 ampere. So when we increase the potential difference to 2 volt, what will be the current value? The current value will be maybe 1 ampere. Maybe 1 ampere. Is it clear? Yes. Again, if I increase the potential difference to 3 volt, again what will happen? Again what will happen? Here I have increased the potential difference. Here I have increased the potential difference value. So by this batteries, what will happen? Already we know potential difference is a kind of pressure. So when we increase the potential difference value, this pressure, the potential difference pushes the electrons very fast. Okay, so very fast, due to which electrons will flow very fast. That is called current. That is called current. So if we increase the potential difference, the corresponding current value will be increased. It may be 1.5 ampere. It may be, okay, note this point. So for example, it may be 1.5 ampere. 1.5 ampere, isn't it? Yes. Whenever again if I change the potential difference to 4 volt, what about the current value? Current value will be again change. Okay, so it may be 2 ampere. It may be 2 ampere. Okay, look at here. So whenever I change the potential difference in the circuit along with this 2 terminals of the electric bulb, current value also correspondingly increases. Current value also correspondingly increases. Is it clear? Why, sir? Why current value increases when we change the potential difference? Which means when we increase the potential difference. Because what causes current? What causes current? Potential difference causes current. Am I right or wrong? Potential difference causes current, isn't it? Yes. So whenever we increase the potential difference, current value also increases. What is that? Current value also increases. Is that clear? Is it clear? Very easy one. Okay. So what is the conclusion, sir, here? What is the conclusion on this point? So what is the conclusion here? Here, what causes current? Potential difference causes current. Am I right? Potential difference causes current, isn't it? Yes. So when we increase the potential difference across this circuit, across these 2 terminals of the bulb, what will happen? What will happen? The current value will increase. Am I right? Current value will increase. Why, sir? Why? Because potential difference is a kind of pressure. When we increase that pressure pushes the all electrons. Note this point. That pressure, which means what is the potential difference? Pushes the all electrons very fast. Very fast. So this flowing of electron is called current. Already we know very well. So if we increase this potential difference, this electrons movement will be very fast. The electrons movement will be very fast inside this conducting wire. So this flow of electron is called current. So whenever we change, actually increasing. So whenever we increase this potential difference value, correspondingly the current value also increases. Am I right? Corresponding, the current value also increases. Is it clear? Yes. So this bulb glow bright and bright. Am I right? Whenever we change the potential difference, the bulb will glow brighter and bright. Is it clear? Yes. So finally come to the conclusion. When we increase the potential difference value, current value also increases. On this point, when we increase the potential difference value, current value also increases. Am I right? Yes. So, on this point, so there is some relationship between the potential difference and the current. Am I right or wrong? There is some relationship between the potential difference across the two terminals of the conductor and the current flowing through this conductor. Am I right? Yes. That relationship is, note this point, that relationship is found by Ohm. Who's that? Ohm. That relationship is found by the German physicist George Simon Ohm. That is the reason why it is called Ohm's law. It is called Ohm's law. Okay, so note this point. So there is some relationship between the potential difference across the two terminals of the conductor and the current flowing through it. Am I right? Yes. That relationship is found by a German physicist George Simon Ohm in the year of 1827. In the year of 1827. Is it clear? Yes. So, German physicist, that is found by the German physicist George Simon Ohm. Actually, he was a very famous physicist. Okay, so in the year of 1827. In the year of 1827. Okay, so to honor of him, after this law named him. After this law is named him, that is why it is called Ohm's law. That is called, what is that? Ohm's law. Because he found this relationship between the potential difference and the voltage. Okay, to honor of him, that is called Ohm's law. That is called Ohm's law. Is it clear? Yes. The Ohm's law is found by the George Simon Ohm. Actually, he was a German physicist in the year of 1827. So Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law, sir? You tell me. You may ask me. So what is Ohm's law, sir? Okay, he found that the relationship between the potential difference and the current. So what is that law, sir? Next question, that is, what is that law? Ohm's law. What is that Ohm's law, sir? Ohm's law means nothing but, okay, I'll write here. You look at here. Look at here. At constant temperature, note this point. This is Ohm's law. This is very, very important 3-mark question. Note this point. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across its end. That is Ohm's law. So at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference which means, what is that? Voltage. Which means voltage. The potential difference across its end. Potential difference across its end. This is Ohm's law. Okay, note this point. What is that? At constant temperature. Note this point. This is very important 3-mark question. This is Ohm's law. The Ohm's law definition. Please note in your classbook note. At constant temperature. Note this point. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to directly proportional to potential difference, which means voltage across its end. Okay, voltage across its end. Okay, what is it meaning, sir? So that is the definition. Okay, actually what is it meaning? Look at here. So this is circuit. Ohms, this is not a Ohm's law circuit, this is just a circuit. Okay, yes. This potential difference, the potential difference is produced by this battery. Am I right? Yes. So look at here, here which is conductor, here conductor is electric bulb. Note this point, here conductor is electric bulb, isn't it? Yes. So the electric bulb has two ends, this is first end, this is second end. This is first terminal, this is second terminal. Is it clear? Yes. So when we, note this point, so when we change the potential difference, when we change the potential difference across these two terminals of the electric bulb, here conductor is what? Here conductor is electric bulb. Conductor is electric bulb. Across the two terminals of the electric bulb, the current value also increases. Am I right? Yes, the current value also increases. Again, when we increase this potential difference across these two terminals, across these two terminals of the electric bulb, the current value also increases. Am I right or wrong? Yes, the current value also correspondingly increases. Again, when we change the potential difference across the two terminals of the electric electric bulb, which means conductor, correspondingly the current value also increases. Am I right or wrong? Yes, that is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. So the current value, note this point, the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to potential difference. Directly proportional to potential difference at constant temperature. Now this point, at constant temperature. So that is Ohm's law. So whenever we increase the potential difference value, correspondingly the current value also increases. Whenever we decrease the potential difference value, correspondingly the current value also decreases. That is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. Is it clear, students? Very easy. Okay, look at here. I'll rub that. I'll rub this circuit diagram because I need some space. You look at here. So this is Ohm's law definition. You note in your classwork note. Okay, yes, look at here. So according to Ohm's law, we can write the current. The current is directly proportional to potential difference. Potential difference. Am I right or wrong? The current is directly proportional to potential difference. Is it clear? Capital I, and the potential difference denoted by letter capital V. Is it clear? Yes. So obviously we can write V directly proportional to I. Just I have interchanged the term. No problem at all. Okay, look at here. According to Ohm's law, what is that? Current is directly proportional to potential difference. Am I right? Yes. Though current is denoted by the letter capital I, then the potential difference is denoted by the letter capital V. Capital V. Isn't clear? Yes. So obviously we can write V is directly proportional to I. V directly proportional to I. Is it clear? Yes. At constant temperature. Note this point. At constant temperature, there must be temperature constant. Temperature constant. Is it clear? Yes. So what is it meaning, sir? What is it meaning? So directly proportional, which means what? Directly proportional, which means what is that? If one quantity increases, correspondingly another quantity will increase, that is directly proportional. If one quantity decreases, corresponding another quantity will decrease, that is directly proportional. So already we know very well. So if the potential difference, note this point, if the potential difference value increases, the current value correspondingly increases. The current value correspondingly increases. If potential difference value decreases, correspondingly current value decreases. That is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law, that at constant temperature, here the temperature should be constant. Temperature should be constant. So V directly proportional to I. V directly proportional to I. Is it clear? Yes. V means what is that? Potential difference. I, that is current. That is current. Is it clear? Yes. So V directly proportional to I. So if If potential difference value increases, correspondingly the current value increases. If potential difference value decreases, correspondingly the current value decreases, because what causes current already we know. What causes current? Potential difference causes current. So if potential difference increases, current also increases. If potential difference decreases, current value also decreases. Is it clear? Yes, at constant temperature, that is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. Is it clear or not? Yes. Next question rising here. Do you think if current value increases, potential difference value will increase? No, that's not possible at all. Do you think, note this point? So okay, if current value increases, potential difference value never increase, because here current is depend on only the potential difference, but the potential difference never depend on current, because what causes current? Potential difference causes current. If for current flowing, potential difference must be there. Is it clear? Yes. So this voltage is a independent variable, but current is a dependent variable which is depend on voltage. Is it clear? Yes. Current is depend on voltage, but voltage is never depend on current. Okay, voltage is never depend on current. So if you increase the potential difference value, current value will increase, but if you increase the current value, potential difference value never increase, because what is that? Potential difference causes current, not a current causes potential difference. Is it clear? Yes, very easy one. So look at here, according to Ohm's law, V directly proportional to I. According to Ohm's law, V directly proportional to I. Okay, which means voltage is directly proportional to I. If voltage increases, current value increases. If voltage decreases, current value decreases. That is a concept. That is the concept. Is it clear, students? Yes. Look at here. In order to remove, note this point. In order to remove, so okay, you may ask me, so why there is constant temperature, sir? Okay, this question answer I'll explain later. Okay, yes. So in order to remove this directly proportional, we need to mention proportionality constant. Am I right? Yes, we have to put one proportionality constant. That constant is R. So V, that is equal to Ri. Know this point? In order to remove this proportionality, we need to put one constant. Am I right? We need to put one proportionality constant. That constant is R. What is that? That constant is R. So what is R, sir? R is a constant value. R is a constant value. That value is called resistance. That value is known as resistance. So R, which means resistance. So new term involved here, that is resistance. What is that? New term first introduced here, that is resistance. That is resistance. So we can write V equal to Ri. R is a constant. So further we can write V equal to IR. What is this? V equal to IR. This is a very, very, very important formula. V equal to IR. So this is, what is this? This is Ohm's law formula. Never ever forget this formula. Okay, because this formula plays vital role in electricity concept. Okay, so without this formula, we cannot study electricity lesson, electricity content easily. Okay, frankly we can say electricity is not there without this formula. Electricity lesson, electricity concept is not there without this formula. That is Ohm's law. V equal to IR. Never ever forget this formula. Okay, very easy one. So this is Ohm's law. What is this? This is Ohm's law. V equal to IR. So what is V, sir? V potential difference, I current, then R resistance value. R means that is constant. That constant value is known as resistance. Is it clear, students? Yes, that's all. So this is Ohm's law. Okay, what is Ohm's law? Look at here. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its end. Okay, across its end. That is called, what is that? Ohm's law. Okay, here this current value, note this point here, this current value is directly proportional to the potential difference, which means voltage. So whenever we increase the potential difference value, corresponding the current value also increases. Whenever we decrease the potential difference value, current value also decreases. That is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. Okay, yes, that's all, students. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt? No doubt at all. Very easy. Okay, look at here. So this is potential. This is Ohm's law. V equal to IR. Next, you may ask me, so why there is constant temperature, sir? Am I right? Yes, why there is constant temperature? That is very big question. Oh, that is very big question. Okay, so in order to start why there is constant temperature, again I'll explain Ohm's law. Again I'll explain what is Ohm's law. Is that clear, students? Yes, very important. Okay, note this point. Already we know what is electric current. Am I right? Yes. The rate of flow of electrons is called electric current. Is called electric current. Already we know very well. Okay, yes. So here the electrons are flowing. Am I right? Electrons are flowing. That is known as electricity, which means electric current. Here, what makes the electrons flowing? That is very big question. What makes the electrons flowing? That is potential difference. Okay, what that is potential difference? Generally we say that is voltage. The voltage is produced by, it may be a cell, battery, or any other power generators. That all matter. That is all not matter about that. Is it clear? Yes. So what makes the electrons flowing? That is potential difference. That is potential difference. Already we know very well. Is it clear? Yes. Look at here. So potential difference is a kind of pressure. Am I right? Potential difference is a kind of pressure. So when we increase the potential difference value, so in electric circuit, what will happen? Correspondingly, the current value also increase. Am I right? Correspondingly, the current value also increase. Why, sir? Why? Because the potential difference is a kind of pressure which pushes the all electrons to flow in a particular direction. That causes electric current. Am I right? That causes electric current. So here, current is possible because of only potential difference. If potential difference value is 0, then current value will be 0. Current value will be 0. Am I right or wrong? Yes. So if we increase the potential difference again and again, the pressure among the electric charges will be more, due to which electrons will flow very fast. Electrons will flow very fast. So this flowing of electrons is called current. Already we know. So electrons are flowing very fast. So we can get the high amount of electricity, which means high amount of electric current. Am I right? Yes. So whenever we increase the potential difference value across the two terminals of the conductor, note this point, two terminals of the conductor, correspondingly this current value also increases across the two terminals of the conductor. Am I right? Across the two terminals of the conductor. If we increase the potential difference value, corresponding current value also increases, isn't it? Yes. So there is some relationship between the voltage, which means potential difference, and the current. Am I right? Because current is increasing when we increase the potential difference. So current is decreasing when we decrease the potential difference. Am I right? So there is some relationship between the potential difference and the current. That relationship is found by George Simon Ohm. Who's that? George Simon Ohm. He was a German physicist who found the relationship between the potential difference and the current through the conductor. Is it clear? Yes. That relationship is called Ohm's law. That relationship is called Ohm's law. Is it clear? In the year of 1827, who found that? Yes. Then what is that Ohm's law, sir? You may ask me, what is that Ohm's law, sir? Ohm's law, look at here. At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across its two terminals. Potential difference across its two terminals. Okay. So what is it meaning, sir? What is it meaning? Note this point, very easy. So when we increase the potential difference, current value increases. When we decrease the potential difference, current value decreases. That is I have written in the form of theoretical. Nothing is there. Okay, very easy one. Is it clear? Yes. At constant temperature, I'll tell that later. Okay, yes. So according Ohm's law, we can write current is directly proportional. Note this point. Current is directly proportional to potential difference through the conductor. Am I right? Through a conductor. So potential difference denoted by the letter capital V and current denoted by the letter capital I. Capital I. So obviously we can write V directly proportional to I. Just I have interchanged this term, no problem at all. Both are same. Okay, yes. So we can write V directly proportional to I. Am I right? V directly proportional to I, which means potential difference is directly proportional to current. So what is that meaning, sir? That proportional, directly proportional, which reveals, what is that, sir? Which reveals if one quantity increases, another quantity increases. If one quantity decreases, another quantity decreases. That is directly proportional. That is directly proportional. So look at here. If the potential difference value increases, current value correspondingly increases. If potential difference value decreases, corresponding the current value decreases. That is Ohm's law. It happens in a conductor. It happens in a conductor. Is it clear? Yes, that is a meaning. Note this point. Next one, that is directly proportional. That is directly proportional. In order to remove, note this point. In order to remove this directly proportional, we have to put one constant value. Am I right? We have to put one constant value. That constant value is R. That constant, okay, so in order to remove this directly proportional to change into equal, we have to put one constant. That constant here, that constant is known as resistance. That constant is known as resistance. What is that? Resistance. Is it clear? Yes. So we can write V that is equal to Ri, because here we have removed this directly proportional to equal. Okay, so by adding up this constant, so we can get V that is equal to Ri. Obviously we can write V equal to IR. This is Ohm's law formula. This is Ohm's law formula. V equal to IR, which means this potential difference, note this point, the potential difference that is equal to product of current and this resistance. Current and resistance. This is, so this is mathematically and this is theoretically. Potential difference is equal to the product of current into resistance. That is equal to potential difference. So V equal to IR, that is Ohm's law formula. You never ever forget this formula. You always keep this formula in your mind. Even when you go to 12th standard, this formula will be very helpful for you. This formula will be very, very useful to understand the concept of this electricity lesson. Okay, so even frankly we can say without Ohm's law, electricity is not there. Electricity is not there, because electricity is full based on only Ohm's law. Only Ohm's law. V equal to IR. What is that? V equal to IR is very, 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 very important formula. Okay, students, that's all. Is there any doubt? No doubt. Is there any doubt? No? Okay, yes. Next, come to here. So why there is at constant temperature, sir? Am I right? That is a very big question. Why there is at constant temperature, sir? You may ask me. You may ask me. Okay, yes. Look at here. I'll rub that, okay, because I need some space. I don't have space. So I'm going to rub this Ohm's law definition. Please note down in your classwork note. Okay, students? Yes, I'll rub that. So next question rising here, why there is constant temperature? Am I right? Yes. To understand that, I am going to make an electric circuit. Okay, consider a battery. This battery is connected with conductor. It may be a copper wire. Okay, yes, conductor. It is a conductor, isn't it? Yes, it's a conductor. Okay, yes. So this is positive terminal, this is negative terminal of the battery. So this is battery, and this is one terminal of the what is that? The battery, and this is another terminal of the battery. Okay, yes. is a conductor. Conductor, copper wire. It's a conductor, there's a copper wire. Is it clear? Yes, look at here. So many free electrons are there. So many free electrons are there. E minus, which means that is electron. Okay, yes. Look at here. Look at here. This is a battery. One end of the battery, which means one terminal of the battery, the positive terminal of the battery is connected with one end of the conductor. One end of the conducting wire, actually, there's a copper wire. So here. Okay, yes. The another terminal, which means the negative terminal of the battery is connected with another one end of the this copper wire, which means conductor. Is that clear? Yes. Note this point. So many free electrons are there. In copper wire, so many free electrons are there. Am I right or wrong? Yes, so many millions and billions of free electrons are there. Isn't it? Yes. Look at here. This setup is placed at room temperature. Note this point. This setup, this electric circuit is placed in room temperature. Am I right? Yes. So what is the room temperature range, sir? What is room temperature range? The room temperature range will be, note this point. The room temperature range will be 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. It may be around, okay, approximately the room temperature, it may be 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degree or 30, 35 something, whatever it is. Okay, the room temperature. Okay, around 30 to 32 something. Okay, for example, I have written like that. Consider this setup is placed inside this room. Inside this room, the temperature value is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Am I right? Yes. So what will be the temperature of this copper wire? What will be the temperature of this copper wire? Obviously, the copper wire temperature will be 20 to 25 degrees Celsius because that setup is placed inside the room. Inside the room, so the copper wire temperature also will be 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? Yes. Look at here. So when we increase, so which means when we apply the potential difference value to 2 volt, what will happen? What will happen? Due to this potential difference of 2 volt, the electron starts flowing. Electron starts flowing from one part of the conductor to another part of the conductor. Am I right? Yes. Electron starts flowing from this direction, left to right. Electron starts flowing from one part of the conductor to another part of the conductor. Am I right? Yes. So it is happening in room temperature, that is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? Yes, students. Yes. Now look at here. If we increase this conductor temperature, to 50 degrees Celsius, note this point, how much? 50 degrees Celsius. What will happen? You tell me what will happen. What will happen? Look at here. When we increase the temperature of this conductor, what will happen? The free electrons absorb the heat energy. Note this point. The free electrons are absorb the heat energy and flow very fast. What is that? And flow very fast. Am I right or wrong? Yes. The potential difference same. In first case and second case, potential difference same, but in second case we have increased the temperature of the conductor, due to which the free electrons, the conductor free electrons absorb the heat energy and flow very fast. Am I right or wrong? Yes, because heat also one of the form of energy. So the free electrons absorb the heat energy and flow very fast. Is it clear? Yes. Already we know this point. Already we know the flow of electron is called current. The flow of electrons is called current. But when we increase the temperature value, automatically the electrons flowing speed is very fast. I mean, the electrons flowing motion is very fast. So which makes what is then different amount of current value as well as a different amount of resistance value. Okay, different amount of current value as well as different amount of resistance value. We will discuss later what is resistance. Okay, we will discuss later. Okay, so if we increase this conductor temperature, the current value will be increased in different mode as well as the resistance value also increases. That is the reason why this Ohm's law is possible only at constant temperature. Only at constant temperature, because when the conductor temperature increases, electrons flow very fast. Electrons flows very fast as well as randomly. As well as which makes randomly, which moves randomly. So it affects the current value as well as resistance value. Am I right? But potential difference same in both case. But it affects the current value as well as resistance value. That is the reason why this Ohm's law is possible at constant temperature. What is that? At constant temperature. That is the reason. Okay, nothing is there. Nothing is there. Am I right? Yes. Very simple mathematical concept is there. Is there any doubt, students? No doubt at all. Okay? Yes. What is the conclusion? First you come here. Why there is at constant temperature in Ohm's law? Am I right? That is very big question. Why? Because look at here. Consider the battery. The potential difference is produced by a battery. Already we know very well. Yes. This one end of the battery is connected with one terminal of the battery, which means positive terminal of the battery is connected with one end of the conductor, and negative terminal of the battery is connected with another one end of the conductor. Is it clear? Yes. So this is a conductor. This setup is placed in room temperature. Where is that? Room temperature. Okay, for example, in this room. So in this room, the temperature is around 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, which means the temperature between the 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius inside this room. Am I right? Yes. So look at here. So when we apply the 2 volt potential difference across these two terminals of the conductor, what will happen? Already we know the potential difference is a kind of pressure. So due to this pressure, electrons starts flowing from negative terminal to positive terminal. Negative terminal to positive terminal. That is called electric current. Already we know very well. That is called electric current. Is it clear? Yes. So this is first case. In first case, this setup is placed in room temperature. Okay, it may be 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Is it clear, students? Yes. So here we can get, in first case, we can get some amount of current value. It may be 0.5 ampere. It may be, this is for an example, it may be 0.5 ampere. Is it clear? Yes. Next come to second case. Okay, see, the same case as that of first one, we have connected, we have made. Okay, yes. This setup, note this point here, this setup is placed in the temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. This temperature of, what is how much? 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, in first case, this electric circuit is placed in 20 to 25 degrees Celsius temperature. But in second case, this electric circuit, which means this conductor is placed in 50 degrees Celsius temperature. 50 degree Celsius temperature. Is it clear? Yes. So this copper wire also placed 50 degree Celsius temperature, isn't it? Yes. Here the temperature value is more. Compared than first one, isn't it? Yes. So look at here. Already we know so many free electrons will be there. Where? So many electrons will be there in conductors. Am I right? Yes. So already we know heat also form of energy. Temperature, which means what is temperature? Heat. So heat also form of energy. So when we increase the temperature of this conductor, the free electron presented in the conductors absorb the heat energy and move very fast randomly here and there. Okay, observe this. Note this point. These electrons, free electrons, absorb the heat energy and moves very fast here and there. Am I right? Yes. But in second case also we have applied the same amount of potential difference, that is 2 volt. Is it clear? Yes. but here due to the temperature electrons moves very fast, so this electron flowing affect the current value. Am I right or wrong? Yes, obviously affect the current value because the flow of electrons is called current. Here the electrons flowing very fast because of high temperature, so it is affect the current value as well as resistance value. That is the reason why this Ohm's law is possible at constant temperature. Note this point. Ohm's law is possible at constant temperature. If temperature increase, this current value may affect the inside the circuit. Current value may get changed inside this electric circuit as well as the resistance value may be changed. Okay, yes. So that is the reason why this Ohm's law is at constant temperature. What is that? At constant temperature. It's a very easy one. Okay, students, it's very easy. So this is Ohm's law formula. V equal to IR. Isn't it? Yes. So always keep this formula in your mind. V equal to IR, Ohm's law formula at constant temperature. That's all. Is there any doubt? You tell me. Is there any doubt? No doubt at all. Okay, students, that's all. Yes. Shall I explain in Tamil? For a few minutes I'll explain in Tamil. Okay, because it's a very very important concept. Okay, yes. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் நான் என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்னா ஓம்ஸ் லா அப்படிங்கிறத டீச் பண்ண போகிறேன். ஓம்ஸ் லா என்ன சார் அப்படிங்கிறத டீச் பண்ண போகிறேன். ஓகேவா, நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோ. ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டை கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கோ. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டை கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கோ. சர்க்யூட் வந்து ஒரு பேட்டரியோடைய பாசிட்டிவ் டெர்மினல் வந்து ஒரு பல்போட கனெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கு. இன்னொரு நெகட்டிவ் எண்ட் வந்து இன்னொரு பல்போடைய இன்னொரு டெர்மினலோட கனெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கு. ஓகேவா, எஸ். இந்த பேட்டரி வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு நான் என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்னா ஒரு 2 வோல்ட் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை கொடுக்க போகிறேன். 2 வோல்ட் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை கொடுக்க போகிறேன். எஸ். இந்த பல்ப் என்ன ஆகும்? க்ளோ ஆகும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ அந்த 2 வோல்ட் நான் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கொடுத்தேன்னா கரண்ட் அங்கே கிரியேட் ஆகுமா? அங்கே என்ன பண்ணும்? கரண்ட்டு கிரியேட் ஆகும். ஏன் அப்படின்னா பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸுங்கிறது வந்து கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரெஷர். பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் என்ன? கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரெஷர். அந்த ப்ரெஷர் என்ன பண்ணும்? இந்த கண்டக்டிங் ஒயருக்குள்ளே இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ்லாம் புஷ் பண்ணும். கண்டக்டிங் வாய்ஸுடைய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ்லாம் புஷ் பண்ணணும். இந்த டைரக்ஷன்லேயே போ அப்படின்னு என்ன பண்ணும்? புஷ் பண்ணும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ இந்த ஃப்ளோ ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் தான் என்னது? கரண்ட்டு. ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு நல்லா தெரியும். இந்த ஃப்ளோ ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் தான் கரண்ட்டு. ஸோ இங்கே கரண்ட் எதனால் கிடைக்குது நமக்கு? கரண்ட் எதனால் கிரியேட் ஆகுது? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ்னால தான் கிரியேட் ஆகுது. விச் மீன்ஸ் நம்ம ஜெனரலாக சொல்ல வோல்டேஜ் இவ்வளோ வோல்ட், 5 வோல்ட், 2 வோல்ட் சொல்லலையா? அதுதான் என்னது? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ். ஸோ கரண்ட் இங்கே எதனால் கிடைக்குது நமக்கு? கரண்ட்டு பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ்னால தான் கரண்ட் கிடைக்குது. ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டில் நான் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை இன்னும் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறேன். 2 வோல்ட்லேருந்து 5 வோல்ட், 6 வோல்ட்னு இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறேன். கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ என்ன சார் ஆகும்? நீ கேட்கலாம். நான் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணனா ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டில் கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ என்ன சார் ஆகும்? கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். ஆமாம், ரைட். கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ கண்டினியூஸாக கரஸ்பாண்டிங்காக கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். ஏன் சார்? பிகாஸ் நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோ. பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ்னால் என்ன? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ்னால் ஒரு கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரெஷர். ஸோ இந்த ப்ரெஷரை நான் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண என்ன ஆகும்? எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இந்த ப்ரெஷர் என்ன பண்ணும்? வேகமாக புஷ் பண்ணும். ஆமாவா? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸுங்கிறது கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரெஷர். ஸோ நான் இந்த ப்ரெஷரை நான் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண என்னாகும்? எலக்ட்ரான்ஸை போய் இந்த ப்ரெஷர் ரொம்ப இந்த ப்ரெஷர் என்ன பண்ணும்? புஷ் பண்ணும். வேகமாக எலக்ட்ரான்ஸை மூவ் ஆகுன்னு புஷ் பண்ணும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ திஸ் ஃப்ளோயிங் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் தான் நமக்கு கரண்ட்டுன்னு ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு தெரியும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ நான் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை கொடுக்க என்ன ஆகுது? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸை வேகமாக மூவ் பண்ணுது. ஸோ வேகமாக மூவ் பண்ணுறதுனால நமக்கு கரண்ட் அதிகமாக கிடைக்குது. ஆமாவா? ஸோ பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண கரண்ட்டும் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டில் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண கரஸ்பாண்டிங்காக கரண்ட்டும் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ண கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ இந்த பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கரண்ட்டு ரெண்டுக்குமே ஏதோ ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்குது. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? நல்லா நோட் பண்ணிக்கோ. பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆனால் கரண்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் டிக்ரீஸ் ஆனால் கரண்ட்டும் டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. ஸோ இந்த ரெண்டு குவான்டிட்டிக்குமே இந்த பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸும் கரண்ட்டுக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்குது சார். ஏதோ ஒன்று இருக்குது. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? எஸ். அந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை கண்டுபிடிச்சது யாருன்னா ஓம். யார் கண்டுபிடிச்சார்னா இந்த ஜார்ஜ் சைமன் ஓம் அப்படிங்கிறவர் கண்டுபிடிச்சார். அவர் ஒரு ஜெர்மன் நாட்டை சேர்ந்தவர். எந்த கண்ட்ரி? அவர் வந்து ஜெர்மன் கண்ட்ரியில் பிறந்தார். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ இந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை ஒரு கண்டக்டரில் கரண்ட்டுக்கும் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸுக்கும் உள்ள ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை ஃபஸ்ட்டு கண்டுபிடிச்சது யாருன்னா ஜார்ஜ் சைமன் ஓம். ஸோ அவருடைய ஹானரால் அவரை என்ன பண்ணாங்க, அதை ஓம்ஸ் லானே வச்சுட்டாங்க. அதுக்கு பேர் ஓம்ஸ் லானே வச்சுட்டாங்க. ஓகேவா? ஸோ ஓம்ஸ் லா என்ன சார்? அந்த ஓம்ஸ் லா என்ன சார்? ஓம்ஸ் லா லானா என்ன இல்லை, அட் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர் தி கரண்ட் ஃப்ளோயிங் த்ரூ அ கண்டக்டர் இஸ் டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் டு பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் அக்ராஸ் ஹீட். ஓகே, அப்படின்னா என்ன சார்? ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில், நோட் திஸ் பாயிண்ட், ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில் ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டில், ஓகே, ஒரு சர்க்கியூட் என்ன இருக்கும், அங்கே கண்டக்டர் இருக்கும். ஆமாவா, கண்டக்டர் இருக்கும். ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டில் நீ பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணனா கரண்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். அவ்வளோதான்டா, வேறு எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில் ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டில், ஓகே, ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டில் நீ பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸை இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணினா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். இதுதான் ஓம்ஸ் லா, வேறு எதுவுமே இல்லை. இது என்னது? ஓம்ஸ் லா. ஓகேவா? ஏன் சார் இங்கே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்னு வருது நீ கேட்கலாம். ஏன் சார் இங்கே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்? அப்போ கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர் பர்டிகுலர் டெம்பரேச்சர் மட்டும் தான் பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னு நீ கேட்கலாம். ஆமாவா? ஏன் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்ங்கிறத நான் பின்னாடி சொல்கிறேன், பார்த்துக்கோ. ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ நமக்கு நல்லா தெரியும், பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா கரண்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ அக்கார்டிங் ஓம்ஸ் லா நம்ம என்ன எப்படி எழுதலாம்? கரண்ட் டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் டு பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் எழுதலாமா? எஸ், ஆப்வியஸாக எழுதலாம். டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல்னா என்ன சார்? டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல்னா ஒரு குவான்டிட்டி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆச்சா இன்னொரு குவான்டிட்டி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும், ஒரு குவான்டிட்டி டிக்ரீஸ் ஆச்சா இன்னொரு குவான்டிட்டி டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகும். தட் இஸ் டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல். புரியுதா? எஸ். ஸோ அக்கார்டிங் ஓம்ஸ் லா we can write current is directly proportional to potential difference. What is that? Current is directly proportional to potential difference. ஆமாவா? எஸ். கரண்ட்டை எதால் குறிப்போம்? கரண்ட்டை வந்து ஐங்கிற ஒரு லெட்டரால் நம்ம டினோட் பண்ணுவோம். பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸை விங்கிற லெட்டரால் டினோட் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஆப்வியஸாக நம்ம எப்படி எழுதலாம்? ரெண்டுமே சேம் தான். நான் என்ன பண்ணேன், இந்த டேர்ம் மட்டும் இன்டர்சேஞ்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். ஸோ ஆப்வியஸ்லி we can write V directly proportional to I. What is that? V directly proportional to I. இதுக்கு என்ன சார் மீனிங்கு? ஓகே, லுக் அட் ஹியர். நான் வோல்டேஜோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணனா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ எனக்கு இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக் சர்க்கியூட்டில் வோல்டேஜோட வேல்யூ நான் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணனா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுமா? ஏன்னா டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் ரெண்டுமே. எஸ். அதே வோல்டேஜோட வேல்யூ நான் டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணனா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகும். கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ என்னவோ டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகும். ஏன்? எதனால் கரண்ட் கிடைக்குது? நமக்கு பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸால தான் கரண்ட் கிடைக்குது. அப்போ பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் அதிகமானால் கரண்ட் அதிகமாகுது, பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கம்மியான கரண்ட்டும் கம்மியாக கிடைக்குது. தட்ஸ் ஆல். புரியுதா? எஸ். ஸோ இங்கே V டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் டு I. இந்த டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் நம்ம எடுக்கணும், ரிமூவ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டை போடணும் அந்த இடத்துல. அதுதான் மேத்தமெட்டிக்கல் ரூலே. அதுதான். ஓகேவா? இந்த டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் டோனை ரிமூவ் பண்ணணும்னா, இந்த டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் நம்ம ஈக்குவலாக மாற்றணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு கான்ஸ்டண்ட்டாக போடணும். தட் இஸ் மேத்தமெட்டிக்கல் ரூல். நம்ம அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ இங்கே டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் எடுத்து நான் என்ன பண்ணிட்டேன், இங்கே ஈக்குவல்ட்டாக மாற்றிட்டேன், இங்கே ஒரு கான்ஸ்டண்ட்டாக போட்டிருக்கேன். ஆறுங்கிறது எனது கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டு. ஆறுங்கிறது என்னது? கான்ஸ்டன்ட். அந்த கான்ஸ்டன்ட் என்ன சார் அப்படின்னா, அந்த கான்ஸ்டன்ட் தான் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ். அந்த கான்ஸ்டன்ஸாக என்னது? கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டாக என்னது? அதுதான் ரெசிஸ்டன்ட். That is resistance. You might have studied in lower class what is resistance in the grade of 7th standard, 8th standard, like that, isn't it? Yes. That constant is resistance, R value. Okay, yes. So we can get V equal to Ri. V equal to Ri. Okay, so obviously we can write V equal to IR. Just I have interchanged the two terms mathematically. Okay, because 1 into 2, 2 into 1, that is also 2, no problem. Just the terms interchange. There is no other meaning here. Okay, yes, that's all. So finally we can get V equal to IR. What is that? V equal to IR. இது தான் ஓம்ஸ் லா ஃபார்முலா. V equal to IRங்கிறது தான் ஓம்ஸ் லா ஃபார்முலா. ஓகே, இதை எப்பயுமே இந்த ஃபார்முலாவில் நீ மறக்கக்கூடாது. ஓகேவா? பிகாஸ் இந்த ஃபார்முலா தான் ஒரு எலக்ட்ரானிக் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலேயே ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு ரெவல்யூஷனை ஏற்படுத்துச்சு. ஓகேவா? V equal to IR இந்த ஓம்ஸ் லா ஃபார்முலா தான். எல்லா கான்செப்ட்டுமே இந்த ஃபார்முலா வச்சு தான் இன்னமும் ரெடி பண்ணிகிட்ருக்குறாங்க. ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ V equal to IR, that is ஓம்ஸ் லா ஃபார்முலா. Vனா என்ன சார்? பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ். Iனா என்ன சார்? கரண்ட். Rனா என்ன சார்? ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ். ஸோ தி ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் கரண்ட் அண்ட் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் which means voltage. That's all students. am I right or wrong? Yes, very easy one. Next one, இவ்வளோ தான். இதுதான் ஓம்ஸ் லா, வேறு எதுவுமே இல்லை. ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோ. கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில் ஒரு கண்டக்டர் வழியாக போகக்கூடிய கரண்ட்டு எதுக்கு டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா அந்த சர்க்கியூட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸுக்கு டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோர்ஷனாக இருக்கும். நோட் திஸ் பாயிண்ட். ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில், ஓகே, கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சரில் ஒரு கண்டக்டர் வழியாக போகக்கூடிய கரண்ட்டு எதுக்கு டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோஷனலாக இருக்குன்னா, அந்த கண்டக்டருடைய 2 ends இருக்கக்கூடிய பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது பார்த்தியா, பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ், அந்த பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸுக்கு டைரக்ட்லி ப்ரொபோஷனலாக இருக்கும். பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுமா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும், பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணுமா கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ டிக்ரீஸ் ஆகும். அதுதான் ஓம்ஸ் லா, வேறு எதுவுமே கிடையாது. தட் இஸ் ஓம்ஸ் லா. புரியுதா? எஸ், நல்லா கொஞ்சம். நெக்ஸ்ட் நீ கேட்கலாம், ஏன் சார் இங்கே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்னு வருது, ஏன் இங்கே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்னு வருது? ஓகேவா, நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோ. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டை நம்ம ரெடி பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணுறோம், இந்த ரூமில் வச்சுருக்கோம். இந்த ரூமில் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சர்க்யூட்டை ரெடி பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ இந்த ரூமுக்குன்னு ஒரு டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்குமா? கண்டிப்பாக இந்த ரூமுக்குன்னு ஒரு டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ இது கண்டக்டர், இந்த கண்டக்டருக்குள்ளே நிறைய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ், ஃப்ரீ எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? எஸ். சி, ஹீட் ஆல்சோ ஒரு ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி தான். ஹீட்டுங்கிறது என்னது? தட் இஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி. ஸோ என்ன பண்ணும், இந்த இந்த செட்டப் என்ன பண்ணோம், நம்ம ரூம் டெம்பரேச்சர் வச்சிருக்கோம். ரூம் டெம்பரேச்சர் எவ்வளோனா அப்ராக்சிமேட்டாக, நான் எக்ஸாக்ட்லி அப்ராக்சிமேட்டாக நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன் 20 to 25 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ்னு வச்சிருக்கேன். 20 to 25 டிகிரி செல்சியஸில் நான் வச்சிருக்கேன். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ இந்த கண்டக்டருக்கு ஒரு டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்குமா? என்ன டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்கும்? சேம் 20 to 25% இருக்கும். 20 to 25 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ் இருக்கும். ஆமாம், எஸ். ஸோ இந்த டெம்பரேச்சரில் நம்ம பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணோன்னா என்ன ஆகும், இந்த பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ்னால உள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ்லாம் மூவ் ஆகுமா? கண்டிப்பாக என்ன பண்ணும், மூவ் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ இங்கே ஒரு கரண்ட் வேல்யூ கிடைக்கும். இந்த கரண்ட் வேல்யூ வந்து மேபி ஒரு 0.5 ஆம்பியர்னு வச்சுக்கோ, 0.5 ஆம்பியர்னு வச்சுக்கோ. ஓகேவா? ஸோ கான்ஸ்டன்ட், சரி, இந்த 20 to 25 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ் டெம்பரேச்சர்னால இந்த டெம்பரேச்சரில் 2 வோல்ட் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கொடுத்தேன் அப்படின்னா இங்கே கரண்ட் எனக்கு 0.5 ஆம்பியர் கிடைக்குது. 0.5 ஆம்பியர் கரண்ட் கிடைக்குது. ஓகேவா? எஸ். இதே சேம் சர்க்யூட்டை, இதே சேம் செட்டப்பை நான் என்ன பண்ணுறேன்னா ஒரு 50 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ் டெம்பரேச்சரில் வைக்க போகிறேன். எங்கே வைக்க போகிறேன்? 50 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ் டெம்பரேச்சரில் வைக்க போகிறேன். ஆமாவா? ஃபஸ்ட்டு கேஸில் டெம்பரேச்சர் எவ்வளோ, கண்டக்டரோட டெம்பரேச்சர் எவ்வளோ, தட் இஸ் 20 to 25 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ். ஆனால் செகண்ட் கேஸில் இந்த கண்டக்டருடைய டெம்பரேச்சர் எவ்வளோ, 50 டிகிரி செல்சியஸ். ஏன் இதை கண்டக்டர் நம்ம இந்த செட்டப் எங்கே வச்சுருக்கோம், நம்ம 50 டிகிரி செல்சியஸில் டெம்பரேச்சரில் வச்சுருக்கோம். ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஃபஸ்ட்டு கேஸை கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது இந்த கேஸில் டெம்பரேச்சர் அதிகம். ஆமாம், எஸ். ஸோ ஆல்ரெடி வினோ ஹீட்டும் வந்து ஒரு ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி தான். ஹீட்டு என்னது ஒரு ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி தான். புரியுதா? எஸ். ஸோ ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு நல்லா தெரியும் கண்டக்டரில் நிறைய பில்லியன்ஸ் அண்ட் ட்ரில்லியன்ஸ் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்கும், ஃப்ரீ எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஆமாவா? கண்டிப்பாக இருக்கும். ஓகே, எஸ். ஸோ இந்த ஃப்ரீ எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணும், இந்த ஹீட் எனர்ஜி அப்சர்வ் பண்ணும். என்ன பண்ணும், ஹீட் எனர்ஜி அப்சர்வ் பண்ணிவிட்டு ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக அங்கேயும் மூவ் ஆக ஆரம்பிக்கும். ஓகே, ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக. ஆனால் பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் ரெண்டு கேஸ்லையுமே நம்ம சேமாக தான் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். ஆனால் செகண்ட் கேஸில் நம்ம டெம்பரேச்சர் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணுறதுனால என்ன ஆகும், எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ்லாம் ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக அங்கேயும் மூவ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கும், ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக மூவ் ஆகும். ஆமாவா? எஸ். இதே இங்கே கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்குமா? ஃபஸ்ட்டு கேஸ் மாதிரியே. செகண்ட் கேஸில் கரண்ட்டோடைய வேல்யூ ஃபஸ்ட்டு கேஸ் மாதிரி சேமாக இருக்குமா? அதாவது 0.5 ஆம்பியருக்கு சேமாக இருக்குமா? கண்டிப்பாக இருக்காது. கண்டிப்பாக இருக்கவே இருக்காது. ஏன், இங்கே எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இந்த ஹீட்னால, எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் ஹை ஹீட்னால, மோர் டெம்பரேச்சர்னால என்ன ஆகுது, எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் ரொம்ப வேகமாக மூவ் ஆகுது. ஸோ ரொம்ப வேகமாக மூவ் ஆகிறதுனால என்ன ஆகும், அங்கே கரண்ட்டோட வேல்யூ சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். கண்டிப்பாக அங்கே இட் மேபி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆர் டிக்ரீஸ், தட் நாட் அ ப்ராப்ளம், பட் சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். கண்டிப்பாக என்ன ஆகும், சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். அதுதான் என்ன சொல்கிறாரு அவர். அதனால என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காரு, ஓம்ஸ்லா, இந்த ஓம்ஸ்லாங்கிறது கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சருக்கு மட்டும்தான் பாசிபிள், நாட் ஃபார் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர். ஓகேவா? அதுதான் நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கேன், இங்கே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர் நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, அவ்வளோதான். ஸோ திஸ் ஓம்ஸ் லா இஸ் பாசிபிள் ஃபார் ஒன்லி அட் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர். வாட் இஸ் தட்? ஒன்லி அட் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர் இஸ் ஓம்ஸ் லா இஸ் பாசிபிள். Is it clear? That's all. Very easy, students. Please don't get memorize anything. Try to understand my concepts, what I'm telling here. Okay? Yes. So V equal to IR. Note this point. V equal to IR, that is Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law. Totally how many quantities are there? 3 quantities are there. V is there, I is there, R is there. Am I right? V, what is the potential difference? I current and R resistance. Note this point. If you know any two values, third value will be calculated easily by this formula. If you know any two value from this formula, third value will be calculated easily by this formula. Am I right? Yes. So if you know the I value, R value, V value will be calculated. Am I right? If you know I value and R value, V value will be calculated. Okay. So if you want to calculate I value, when this term goes that side, this multiplication changes into division, so we can get V by R. So note this point. if you want to calculate current value, so we must divide voltage and resistance, then we can get current value. So if you want to find out this R value, which means resistance value, what will be there when this division, which means when this multiplication come this side, this will be division. So we can get R, which is equal to V by I, that's all. R, which is equal to V by I. If you need to calculate the resistance value, when this I come this side, which this multiplication come this side, it will be division, so we can get V by I. So R is equal to V by I, that's all. Okay, so in Ohm's law, 3 quantities are there. First one is voltage, second one current, and third one resistance. If you know any 2 values, third value will be calculated easily. Okay, so if you want to calculate I value, okay, we can use the formula. If you want to calculate the V value, potential difference value, use this formula I into R. If you want to calculate the I value, use this formula V by R. If you want to calculate this resistance value, use this formula V by I. That's all. Okay, so use this formula to calculate some quantities. So V equal to IR, then I equal to V by R, then R, which is equal to V by I. Is it clear? Yes, that's all, students. Okay, very easy one. Remaining I'll write here. Okay, so according to Ohm's law, V equal to IR. What is that? V equal to IR, isn't it? Yes. So current. So if we need to calculate current value, sir, what is that? Current value. So we need I value. So when this term come this side, this multiplication changes into division. Am I right? Yes. So I, which is equal to V by R. I, which is equal to V by R. Am I right? Yes. Very easy one. I, which is equal to V by R. Is that clear? Yes. Very easy. I, which is equal to V by R, which means current, which is equal to potential difference divided by resistance. What is that? Divided by resistance. Is that clear? Yes, very easy one. So V, know this point, V, which is equal to, I, which is equal to V by R. I, which is equal to V by R, which means current, which is equal to potential difference divided by resistance. Isn't it? Yes. From this formula, note this point, we consider this is equation 1. From this equation 1, we can write I, which is inversely proportional to R. Am I right? I, which is inversely proportional to R, whereas I, which is directly proportional to V. Am I right or wrong? Yes, look at here. Here, I, which is inversely proportional to R. I, which is inversely proportional, because I, which is equal to V by R. Am I right? Yes. So I is here and V is in denominator. So obviously current, which is inversely proportional to R. So that is the reason why I have written I is inversely proportional to R. I, which is inversely proportional to R. So which means what is that, sir? Current is inversely proportional to resistance. Current, which is inversely proportional to resistance. Okay, I'll rub here. I'll write here. Look at. Look at here. I, which is inversely proportional to I, R. I, which is inversely proportional to I, which is inversely proportional to R. So what is it meaning, sir? You may ask me, what is it meaning? Look at here. Already we know what is R. Already we know very well what is R. R means nothing but the resistance. R means resistance. So if resistance value increases, note this point. If resistance value increases, what about the current value? What about this current value? Current values automatically will decrease because current is inversely proportional to resistance. If resistance value increases, current value obviously decreases. Is it clear? Current value obviously that is decreases. Is it clear? It's very easy one. If resistance value decreases, note this point. If resistance value decreases, current value increases. If resistance value decreases, current value increases. Is it clear? Yes. Okay, still now I didn't explain what is resistance, because this is very important concept. What is about resistance I will explain in my next video class. Is it clear? Yes. So current is inversely proportional to what is that? Resistance. So if resistance value increases, current value decreases. If resistance value decreases, current value correspondingly increases, because current is inversely proportional to resistance. Current is inversely proportional to resistance. Okay, look at here from this formula. From this formula again we can write current is directly proportional to V. Am I right? Current is directly proportional to V. Already we know very well. Isn't it? Yes. So here current is inversely proportional to R, which means resistance. Know this point. If current value increases 2 times, note this point. If current, sorry for that. If resistance value increases 2 times, which means resistance value increase doubled, what about the current value? Note this point. What about the current value? Already we know if resistance increases, current will decreases. So here resistance gets doubled. So what about the current value? Current value gets halved, which means current value will be half, 1/2, because look at here, there is 1 in denominator, it means there is 1. So when this 2/1 come this side, it becomes reciprocal. We can get 1/2. So when resistance gets doubled, note this point, resistance gets doubled, here the current gets halved, which means half. Is that clear? Because resistance is inversely proportional to current. If resistance value increases, current value decreases. Am I right? Yes. If resistance gets double, current value becomes halved. Okay, yes. Suppose if the resistance gets halved, note this point. Remaining I'll write in next one. I is directly inversely proportional to I, or I is inversely proportional to R. If the resistance value gets halved, which means 1/2. If the resistance value get halved, what about the current value? So look at here, when this 1/2 come this side, it becomes 2/1. So obviously that is 2. Am I 2/1 or 2? Both the same here. So when, notice points, when the resistance value gets halved, the current value becomes doubled. Okay, yes, because resistance is inversely proportional to current. If the resistance value decreases, here decreased half, so current value increase doubled. That's all. Current value increase doubled. Is that clear? Very easy. Just simple concept. Okay, note this point. According Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So current, if we need current value, we can get I, that is equal to V by R. Okay, because when this term comes this side, this multiplication changes into division, so we can get I equal to V by R. So current, which is equal to potential difference divided by resistance. Current value is equal to potential difference divided by resistance, that is current value. I'm right, from this Ohm's law. So look at here. So I which is equal to V by R. R in denominator, but V in numerator. So I is directly proportional to V, but I is inversely proportional to R. Because here resistance is in denominator, isn't it? Yes. So we can write I, which is inversely proportional to R. Is that clear? From this Ohm's law. I didn't do anything. Okay, just I have elaborated from this Ohm's law. That's all. So current, which is inversely proportional to resistance. So what is it meaning, sir? What is it meaning? Actually, this is if resistance value increases, current value decreases. If resistance value decreases, current value increases. That is a meaning. So whenever resistance value decreased in a conductor, current value will be increased. Whenever resistance value increases, current value will be decreased. That's all. Okay, that's all. Very easy one. So from this formula we can write I which is inversely proportional to R. Am I right? Yes. So here R is in denominator. So look at here. If the resistance value gets doubled, which means resistance value increases. If the resistance value get doubled, what about the current value? What about the current value? Okay, so actually there is 1 in denominator. Am I right? Yes. So when this 2 by 1 come this side, what will happen? It becomes 1 by 2. So when the resistance gets doubled, which means when the resistance increases 2 times, current value decreased to half. Okay, current value decreased to half. So which means when the resistance gets double, current value gets half. Current value eppadi korayudha, half a korayudunu artham. Yes. Next one, look at here. When the resistance value gets halved, which means 1 by 2, when this 1 by 2 comes this side, it becomes 2. Okay, because this denominator goes to numerator and numerator goes to denominator, isn't it? Yes. So when the resistance gets halved 1 by 2, which means 1 by 2, then current value becomes 2. Current value becomes 2. That's all. Because resistance is inversely proportional to current. If the resistance increases, current value decreases. If the resistance decreases, current value increases. That's all. That's all. Is it clear? Yes. So this current value is always reciprocal to resistance value, but the current value is always inversely proportional to voltage value. Okay, yes, these two formulas always keep this in mind from this Ohm's law only. Okay, yes. So look at here, this is first one and this is second one. So here I is directly proportional to V and here I is inversely proportional to R. Am I right? Yes. So from this formula, I is directly proportional to V and I is inversely proportional to R. So here the current value is dependent on two factors. Am I right? Here the current value is dependent on two factors. What are they? What are they? Yes. First one, the current value is dependent on voltage, which means potential difference. Which means potential difference, that is voltage. Yes. Second one, what is that, sir? Second one, this is the current value is inversely proportional to R. So the current value is dependent on another one factor, that is resistance. That is resistance. That's all, students. Very easy. From this formula, I have elaborated like this. That's all. Nothing new formula is there. Just from the Ohm's law, I have elaborated like this concept. That's all. So I equal to V by R. So I is directly proportional to V, whereas I is inversely proportional to R. So here the current is dependent on two factors. Now this point, this current value, which means I value is dependent on two factors. First one, voltage, and second one, resistance. Isn't it? Yes. So when the voltage increases, current value increases. When voltage decreases, current value decreases. Because both are directly proportional to each other, like this. But another one factor which is affect the current value, that is resistance. That is resistance. Here the current is inversely proportional to resistance. If resistance value increases, current value gets decreased. If resistance value decreases, current value gets increased. That's all. Okay. So what are the two factors which is affecting current? First one, potential difference, which means voltage, and second one, resistance. So the current is directly proportional to potential difference, whereas the current is inversely proportional to resistance. That's all. Okay, very easy, students. You don't panic. A very simple concept. Please try to understand my concept. Okay, yes. In this session getting over, in this class we have discussed so many things. I hope this class will be very useful for you. Next class we will see remaining topics. Okay, thank you, students. Bye.